Hey, it's Brent, and I was having a coffee with Val here today, and we're talking about stuff, and the topic of her practice came up, so we thought, well, we should make some notes and do a get to know you video so you know what she does for a living. So we're here in her office, and we're just going to get to know her. Now, you grew up out west,
Yeah.
right?
I was born in Calgary and I lived there till I was 5 years old. That's one of the main reasons why I called my counseling Mountain Counselling, because I grew up in the mountains and I learned that nature is so important to well-being.
Right.
And I think of life metaphorically like a mountain, coming up with challenges in life and navigation and having to take breaks because the mountain's too hard to climb, and sometimes you need a Sherpa, or sometimes you need some friends to, or a therapist or someone else to help walk alongside you through some treacherous terrain.
Sure. Yeah. And then you moved to town. Then you moved to Chatham? No.
Yeah, then my dad got transferred to
Stratford.
Hamilton. He got
Oh,
transferred to
Hamilton.
Hamilton.
Okay.
They were trying to get close to Stratford, but Hamilton was the closest where he could get work.
I see.
So, yeah.
And then you went to school here. You did high school in.
So I did high school in Stratford. I did
Okay.
elementary school in Hamilton.
Okay.
And then I did some work for Fairmont Hotels and Resorts for about 10 years.
Right, because you were in hospitality before this.
Yeah,
Right.
yeah.
Okay.
I went to college for hotel management. Yeah.
And then why did you decide to go into this type of practice?
Good question. When I got back to Ontario, I really was lost and I had no idea what I was going to do next. I was brainstorming career choices and schools and things like that. And at the time, I was volunteering at the YMCA as a yoga instructor in Stratford.
Oh.
And at the end of each class, people would come up to me and they would start talking to me about challenges they're having in their life. That gave me the idea, maybe I can do this for my next career. And that's when I went back to school to become a social worker.
And so when you say you went back to school, what did you study, or what's your education? What's your background that way?
So I went back to school in 2014. I started a 3-year degree, social development studies at University of Waterloo.
Okay.
And then I got into the Bachelor of Social Work 4th year, which is a competitive program at University of Waterloo. Once I graduated that was 2018, I graduated. And then I decided to do my master's. It was a master's for working professionals in social work through the University of Windsor, and they had a campus in Mississauga. So every other weekend I would travel to Mississauga and study.
Wow.
As well as work.
How long did that take to get your master's?
Approximately 16 months, including a 4-month practicum.
Okay. Did you focus on a specific study?
That's a really good question. So in my master's, I specialized in health, which, because I wanted to become a therapist, I made sure I specialized in health because mental health was included in that umbrella. And then over the years, I've taken individual courses in addition to my master's. So I specialize in couples, I specialize in brain injury clients, and I specialize in career transition.
Career transition?
Yeah.
What does that mean?
Well, I used to be an employment counselor. When I was going through my education to be a social worker, I worked for the YMCA Employment Services and the John Howard. And during that time, I would meet with clients who were in between jobs, or they had just come to Canada and they were trying to find a job. Yeah.
That's something you do now? You're still doing that? Or is that something you used to do?
That's something I used to do, but I'm able to guide people who are having difficulty finding work, or they're transitioning from careers, or they might have been recently laid off. I have the knowledge and resources to help them kind of bridge that gap
You said you did your studying in 2018. You graduated.
I graduated from the Bachelor of Social Work from the University of Waterloo in 2018. Yeah.
So you've been a full-time therapist since then?
So I've done therapy since approximately that time. I have experience doing therapy throughout when I was taking my master's. And then after my master's, I was a therapist for a family health team. I also work for the Waterloo Region District School Board as a child and youth worker and educational assistant.
Okay.
So I have many years working from them since I was hired in March of 2020, and I work part-time for the school board assisting kids that needs extra support in the classroom. So in January of 2023, I decided to open my own private practice. So that was a couple years after I graduated my master's, and then I was giving therapy to folks at a family health team.
Okay. Do the people need to be local?
Actually, no. So I'm licensed anywhere in Ontario, so I can provide phone or virtual therapy, which is completely confidential on my platform.
Is there specific conditions that you treat? Or is there, again, do you treat just anyone for any reason?
People are struggling and they have mild to moderate symptoms. Those are mainly the clients that I support. If someone is in crisis, I usually refer them to Here 24/7 in Kitchener. There's a number where they support people 24 hours a day, 7 days a week.
Like a hotline?
Yeah, it's
Okay.
a hotline. So people who come to see me, they have a range of different things that they're seeking counseling for. It could be, for example, depression, anxiety, stress, financial stresses. They might be going through a major life transition like separation, divorce, job loss. I think those are the main themes of the clients I see. I specialize in helping couples regain intimacy, communication, get better at conflict resolution.
So marital issues.
Yeah, yeah.
Couples counseling.
Yeah.
Right. What about, I guess, I just stress in general, because a lot of times people that are experiencing stress will manifest physical ailments.
Yeah.
So if someone's not well, would you deal with the underlying stress?
It's interesting you put that parallel together because it will happen sometimes that clients who have stress will also have physical ailments.
Okay.
Absolutely. And there's a number of ways to which I can help guide the somatic experience. We call it somatic experience, is when your stress is now manifesting as physical pain.
Gotcha.
Now, I have different techniques I can work through with clients, like breathing exercises, how to manage situations that give them triggers. And if for some reason it's not in my wheelhouse, like if, for example, if someone has an addiction or they struggle with addiction, I usually will refer them out because I don't happen to specialize in addiction.
I see.
Or like if someone has an eating disorder, that's something I would usually refer out to. Okay. So when I get clients coming to me and they have some challenges that I'm not overly familiar with or I don't have the training in treating, I make sure I have referral sources that I can send people to.
If someone is to contact you,
yeah,
what can they expect from their first session, or how does it work?
Good question. So I offer a 20-minute free consultation to any new client. And during that time, when they call me or we have a phone conversation, it's a chance for them to get to know me and ask any questions about therapy, see if our schedules align, see if they have a good if we're a good fit for
Right.
what they need. And then I'll book a follow-up session. I encourage people to come into my office in person, but if it's more comfortable for them to have a therapy session from home, can certainly do phone or virtual, no
Right.
problem. So I have a confidential platform called Jane, the Jane app, and they get sent an email, and they just simply click open the email, and then the virtual platform will start.
Sure.
And then during the first session, and this can even happen just a little bit in the consultation in the 20 minutes, is to just get to know the person a little bit. And then in the first official session, the full hour, I like to use a holistic approach where I ask about their health history, any medications they have to be taking, and their day-to-day life, their work, their daily habits, their family dynamics, all kinds of things I'll ask in the first session. And it usually takes about half the session to get through the health related. And sometimes clients are so stressed that they just need to vent immediately, and that's
Sure.
okay too. So it doesn't all have to happen all at once, but typically I want to get as much info as possible in the first free 20-minute consultation, and then the initial first hour session.
Okay.
Yeah.
How long do you actually, in general, how long do you see an individual patient?
Good question. So typically, all the sessions are 1 hour. When I do couples, usually the first session I schedule a good 90 minutes for the first session, because sometimes there's a bit more that needs to come out from both parties. But typically, most sessions are 60 minutes.
Okay, but
Yeah.
then, like, I mean, does it go on for weeks or months?
So yeah, some people, it depends on the need. So some clients see me weekly, some clients see me twice a month, other clients see me once a month. So I always like to think of my office as an open door.
I see.
Yeah.
Okay, that's a
Yeah.
good policy. A good way. And your rates,
Yeah.
how do you charge people for what you do?
Yeah, so the standard rate for 1 hour is $150, and for couples, it's $200. I understand that therapy can be expensive for some. So I'm lucky that I can offer some, what we call in the therapy world, sliding scale rates.
I see.
So we just talk to the individual and see what they can afford, and we just find a number based on that.
Okay.
Yeah.
And you do use, they can have insurance coverage.
Absolutely.
It's covered by
Like
insurance.
if people have insurance coverage, then I can direct bill that through my system.
You also mentioned that you have a nonprofit. What does that mean?
My nonprofit is called Funanthropy, and I created it because as I was becoming a social worker, I was aware of the issues that face Canadians, face Ontarians, from a macro perspective, like economically, financially, people can be struggling. So what I wanted to do is create a nonprofit so we could raise money. So the premise of Funanthropy and the name is for us to have fun and raise money for charities in the KW region.
Oh, I see. Okay.
Yeah.
What do you do for fundraising?
So luckily we've had 3 sold out comedy shows,
Okay.
and we were able to raise from all those shows over $4,000 for local charities.
Right. Oh, very nice.
Yeah.
What is your contact information? You have a website?
Yes, it's www.mountaincounselling.ca, and my telephone number is 519-949-4099.
Yeah, I'm glad we got together and did this get to know you video. You're doing a lot for the community, and you offer a great service here. So, if you found this video and you are struggling and you need to talk to somebody, give Val a call. I appreciate your time.
Thank you, Brent.
Thank you.
Thank you for you taking your time.
Yes.
Perfect.
Okay, good. I think we did it.
You did it.
Unless there's anything else.
Nope, this was great. Great.
Yeah?
Thank you.
Okay.
You're
all right.
good. You're good at this stuff. Yeah.
We'll see how it comes out. Hopefully. Do you have an official title?
Yes, I'm a registered social worker.
Registered.
And then I decided to open my own private practice in January of 2020.
I tripped over my notes. Good thing I didn't have more coffee.
It's been so nice to have you here in my office, Brent, and I appreciate you taking the time to speak with me today.
Oh, I think this is, yeah, okay, yeah, that was really good. I think that worked.
That's okay.
Yeah,
I want to
think
say
it
thank
is.
you for taking the time to be here today.
Yeah, you did that, like,
Okay.
I think that worked.
Can we do it
Thank
one
you.
more time?
Okay, I don't remember what I said. True enough.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that we're human and we make mistakes too.
Right.
You
Yeah,
know what I'm
it's-
saying? We all make mistakes.
Oh, God.
We're all brains and veins, right? Cheers to that.
Cheers to that.
Are we cheersing in the intro?
No.
Okay.
No. Okay, well, actually, that might be a better way. Actually,
And
no,
then, and then a cheers.
let me initiate it somehow, and then you do that again.
Okay.
Okay. I just gotta think about how I'm gonna word it. It's easier when you're texting because you got time to think.
Right?
Yeah. Because we're just having a conversation.
We're just having coffee.
That's right. Talking about stuff.
Just talking about stuff.
That's right.